Cyndi, you just passed the exam. How did it go and how do you feel right now?
Well, I'm thankful it's over and I'm glad I passed.
There you go. You're smiling. That's all that really matters. So that's cool. So I know the little story you did. This is the second time taking it, right? Is that correct?
That's
So talk
correct.
us through like a little bit, just like briefly on like the approach, the learning, the pre accelerator way. What was it like there? How did it help you or let you down, et cetera? What went on there?
Well, I took the traditional method. I used the Rita book, and I was very much overwhelmed. I took a week-long course, and it was just overwhelming, full of information, and nothing stuck.
Yep.
And it just completely failed me. So when I failed the exam, I was utterly heartbroken, and I didn't know that I could do it again.
Yeah.
So I found your class. I found your audiobook first. So I had to reach out to you at that point and realize that this was going to be a method that I could use. But then it took me a while before I could actually make the time to actually
commit and do those things. Yeah.
Yeah. So I took 2 weeks off of work.
That's not so bad. Yeah. 2 weeks and just kind of like very focused. You hit it. And so you were in the accelerator and you did amazing, obviously. A lot of people talk about like, you know, there's like the videos that like break things down and organize it. There's like the step-by-step plans. There's like the coaching calls and stuff like that, or the community. Like of those, like which one like really resonated with you and how did it help?
First of all, you know, the EVM, it usually scares a lot of people. So I really loved your everything, breaking it down. It was amazing. So I was like, I got this. So I was no longer scared of EVM, even though I use it on a daily basis. Understanding that really killed it for me. So that was awesome. But your coaching calls and really breaking down all of the questions, that is what really helped me. Because then it kind of gave me some confidence on really how to work the questions and cross everything out that didn't matter, and then really kind of break it down to what really PMI was asking for. So they gave me a lot more confidence because I was really terrified to take the test again.
Yeah. Okay. And so like, as you went through, now you have this kind of like, you have the ability to like kind of look back and see what works, what didn't work, and stuff like that. Like if there was a person that was coming into this and you wanted to impress upon them that like there's like something important they must focus on or not sacrifice or really emphasize, like is there one aspect of, you know, anything in the PMP prep kind of world like that you think is super duper important that students should like follow?
I'm gonna say that your method altogether, it works. So it's not one thing. It's literally the entire program, the entire process.
Okay.
I'm one that really likes to learn and know the big picture. Yep. And after learning several different ways and going through the traditional method, your process works. The videos, the reading, the testing, and everything that you do, it breaks it down, but brings it together, and you don't have to memorize. It helps you to understand the process, the big picture, and that is what really matters. And that is what's going to help everyone understand everything so that you don't have to memorize. And that is how it's going to make the big difference. That's how everybody gets the above targets. That's how it really matters. And that's what's going to make it work for everyone else.
That's awesome. And like in the exam, like it's a lot of people get scared, like taking the exam and it's 4 hours and it's tons of questions. This second time that you went through it, how are you feeling like as you walked up into it, like the day before or during it? Like, what were you feeling like?
No lie, I had a complete meltdown the night before.
Okay.
Even though I had more confidence this time, I still was terrified of failing the test again. So total and utter meltdown. But the day of, I had the exam in the late afternoon. The day of, I just like, okay, I just reviewed a few things, cleaned up my desk area, took everything off, and I was just preparing everything. So I didn't really go crazy that day. I took a deep breath and started the exam, and then I felt fine.
Yeah.
And I just dissected the questions, used your methods, and just remembered your voice throughout the exam. And it worked. I did get an above target in closing of all processes, but and everything else, I did it. So that's what matters to me. And I did it in 10 days. Because
that's crazy, right? Like,
during this whole process, though, I was in a master's class and I had to write 2 papers. So I didn't get to put in all of the effort that I really wanted to put in.
But still, 10 days is like not a long time for anything.
No, it's not. It's not. So if I can do that while I'm still, doing other things and having a life, then other people can do it too. So I wanted to make sure that that's impressed upon other people.
Totally agree. And I think it's also good, like you said, like what's possible. You were working, you're doing school, you're doing papers, all that stuff in 10 days. And then also that you didn't feel, it wasn't like, you still had nerves. Like, and I think that's natural that people can go like, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to have this euphoria over me. It's like, I have to have the foundational concepts and have, some of those things, the processes and the methods behind me, and then I can lead myself through it. So
right.
I think it's good to acknowledge that. Now having, the understanding as well, like if there were cardinal rules that people should not do, a lot of people are asking me like what should I do? What shouldn't I do? And I think sometimes it's better just to tell them like, hey, if you're going to do anything, like just don't do this, that, and the other thing. Like, what do you think they shouldn't do?
Don't do the traditional method, do your method.
Okay. What about the traditional method? Like confuse you, let you down, stuff like that. Like, what was it?
Everything. The data dump was horrible.
Yeah.
Because they want you to memorize all of this stuff and put it on a piece of paper and try to dump everything out. You're not going to remember everything you need to remember on this thing using the memorization. Yeah. You have to understand the process. That's your whole basis. You have to understand the process, what makes everything work. And your evaporating data dump is key. It really does work. If everyone else could really understand this, if this needs to really get out there, and anybody that I talk to, I am recommending your program. I am saying you really need to do this. You really need to go see Scott, go talk to Scott, get on this program. This is going to help you pass it.
That's cool. And I mean, that's really, really great perspective. And a lot of the stuff like the evaporating data dump, like just putting things down there that you don't understand, it really puts the onus like a little bit back in like both the teacher or whatever, and the student to say, hey, I don't know this. How am I going to get it? So you go on your own, you ask the coaches, you work through it. So it starts a deeper conversation, which is super good. So that's really, really good. And I appreciate all the insights. Like for people out there that are like you, who are like, super duper busy, end of the year's coming, exam changes coming, all that stuff. They want to get through. Maybe they've stubbed their toe before. What would you say to those people so that they can kind of move in the direction where they end up smiling like you?
Just do it. Mm-hmm. There's no excuse. This program will help you succeed, and you can do it.
That's awesome. Well, about as simple as that. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, at this point, I think the more positive examples we can put in front of people to say, it's possible, you're good at your job, let's just make you a little bit better. Let's bring it together logically. And then, let them do the hard work with us. I think, hopefully they listen and hopefully they get on board. So simple as that. Well, Cyndi, I really, really appreciate your time. It was cool learning from you, and I'm sure you helped out a lot of people. And this won't be the last time we talk. And so thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. I'll talk to you later. See you, Cyndi. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.